So, hi, I am Paul Joseph Natter. I have been in the fashion and beauty industry for the 40 some years, and I am going to talk today about protein treatments, specifically the keratin treatment. Um, Protein treatments have been around for a long time, but the ones that we've had through the years are more like temporary conditioners, like spray on, leave on conditioners that were used especially with hairs that were permed, or people who had thin hair that wanted bounce, like had curl but thin hair, thin curls, and that wanted to have a more bouncy hair. Um, so there were products like PPT from Clairol. I never really used that one, but I know that it was used a lot, especially when hair was very bleached and for competition hairstyling. And there was also Infusion 23, which I think it still exists. I'm not sure. And it's a great product. Also, like used as a spray on, or you can like put it all over your hair, and they're all leave-ons. And there was also Cellofix from Sebastian. For those who were back in the 80s, Sebastian had a spray-on leave-in conditioner called Cellofix, which I'm pretty sure it was a protein conditioner, or at least I used it before and after perms, to help the hair be strong for the chemical service. Now, what is the new thing in the market is keratin treatments, which have been around for about 15, 20 years. And what is keratin? Keratin is the protein in your hair. And this keratin treatments is a treatment to reinfuse that protein into your hair using a flat iron, and it has to have formaldehyde, which is a necessary evil. Almost like color, the ammonia is a necessary evil in color. You need it. It's not great, but it's like I said, it's a necessary evil. Now, the keratin treatments, have an unintended consequence, which is it straightens hair. As we all know, formaldehyde has been used for years in the in in nail products, especially to like clears with formaldehyde to harden the nails so that they won't break as easy. So formaldehyde, basically in the keratin treatments, does pretty much the same. When you are combing and ironing this hair, your cuticles get you know yes, the protein goes in, but the cuticle gets sort of um, I don't know what you want to call it, varnished, or in a way with this formaldehyde, and makes it stay there and hardens the hair. And that's the great thing about this treatment, and it's reconstructive. So, having said that, like the unintended, a lot of people are selling this product as a straightener. Yes, however, is not like your typical straighteners, like the sodium hydroxide straightener or thioglycolate straighteners. That it's the same chemical as perms, but these straighten your hair permanently. A keratin does not straighten your hair permanently. If you stop using it, eventually your hair will come back to what it was. Um, so the keratin treatment, like I said, is to reinfuse that protein um, back into your hair. It was always recommended to use right after color treatments, the same day. If people didn't have the time or the money, I would always recommend to, at least don't let it go more than a week after you do your color to get your keratin treatment. The other thing is, it all starts with your consultation. You have to, keratin is not for everybody. If your client comes in and has, curly hair, bouncy hair, and they don't want to lose that, keratin is not for them. Um, Unless the person has like let's say like a type of like pretty tight curl, like a Jerry curl type of curl, and they want to loosen that curl, okay, that's not a bad idea. Also, again, it's just a reconstructive treatment, and you can have great benefits to your hair, especially when you after you coloring and bleaching. I use it mostly for people who have, like I've mentioned in my previous, is that your keratin, your hair starts getting depleted. Age, all the chemical services, color, highlighting, they tend to deplete the hair of this keratin. So in a normal situation, decent conditioned hair, it's there's a normal way of doing it. So the way you do keratin, as far as and I remember my clients always, when they did it for the first time, they said, "Oh my God, this feels like high school hair," and to me, it's like it's the best. And I am sick I am sick that people are giving it such a bad name and such a bad rap. I feel that you need to they and clients complain that oh, it's burnt. I've had clients that said, no, I'm not doing keratin because the last time I did it burned my hair off. It says, well, it's not the keratin that's doing it, it's the person that's doing it. And I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is that maybe that hairdresser was misinformed or miseducated, mistrained. Um, you know, so I'm going to try and rectify that. And again, this is me, and this is my philosophy of work. This is how I work, and this is how I did the keratins. My first exposure to keratin was with Coppola Keratin. It was a great product. I believe it's not around anymore. I think they sold the company to somebody. I'm not sure. But their training was great. One of the things that they said to me was, in a normal situation, like somebody has normal hair, color, highlighted, whatever, that it's not like really breaking off. The way you do it is you shampoo with clarifying shampoo 3 times to make sure the hair is clean. You dry it, bone dry it, and it doesn't have to be with a brush. Just make sure it's dry. Then you apply the product, the keratin, and it was recommended to not overdo it because you don't need to really put a lot of keratin into the hair, just enough to just drench it or saturate the hair enough. And the way if you overdid it was that when you're doing with the iron, it will start smoking. 2 reasons why it smokes. Either it's still humid when you start doing that, or you put too much keratin. And as we know, this product is expensive. So you don't want to overdo it and undercharge. So you apply the product, and once you've applied it section by section, and the best way to extend the product is with a rat tail comb. To comb the product through, and with your fingers, you do this, and that will extend your product. Once you've done that, then you dry the best you can, dry it again, dry the product, and then you divide in sections, in 4 sections at least, and then you start with your hot iron at 450 degrees in normal situations, okay? Once you start doing that, this product, this tool right here, for me is the best because you grab this section, you give it a little tension, and then you start ironing it. Coppola told me, they didn't tell me about this product. I through my research, I found this, and I tried it, and it works beautiful for me. Okay. Coppola said you have to run that flat iron 15 times per strand. Now, what may be happening, and it's not that you go like slow. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is why I'm doing it. 13, 14, 15, 16. Like the, from the hair, like the part that's closer to the scalp, that's the one I run the flat iron 15 times. And then the rest of it is like the last 6, I will, run it through the ends. Once you do that, normally, especially with coppola, once you do that, then you send the client home and tell her not to wash her hair for, I think it was 2 days, or 1 day or 2 days. I think it was 2 days. And then she can do whatever she wanted, as long as the shampoos had no sulfites, because sulfites will wear off the treatment. So, there was a big industry on shampoos with no sulfites. Then, so yeah, part of the problem I think is that people don't, they tend to think that they need to like go slowly with a hot iron, and I think that's what burns hair. So it's like fast, 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 and you'll see it works. What else can I say? Your consultation, with your client is important. The pricing, this product is very expensive, as you all know. I used to charge $100 per ounce because, and typically I would use 3 ounces per client. I also my recommendation was to, especially someone who's coming in for the first time and they want, healthier hair, I would recommend them to the first year, because this is not something that you do every month. And anything that you're doing to restore and fix, whether it's color or keratins or a reconstructive, you need to, I always recommended the first year to come 3 times that first year. So that means every 4 months to get it done, and you would do it. Then after the first year, then it's every 6 months, and then, to maintain the product, because in between you're going to get the color and the highlighting and the flat ironing or curling ironing, so yeah, your treatment may wear off a little, but in that first year you want to impart, fill your hair as much as you can with that keratin. So, so that's pretty much it as far as, a keratin tutorial. As far as I worked it, I always did it. Now, I did there was a couple of times that I had women with thin hair that you would say a keratin on that, it's going to be like an oil slick. No. Coppola taught me that, if somebody who has thin hair and it's breaking and it's like really highly sensitized, what you do after your second clarifying shampoo, you put conditioner. I think they had their own conditioner. You put their conditioner, you rinse it off, and then you give it the last clarifying shampoo. And when you're ironing the hair, you bring it down to 350. Not at 450, 350, and like the same thing. And this is why you have to run this iron like fast, and it worked for me. I mean, I restored people who had thin hair that was breaking, even if it's virgin hair, because some people, I don't know if it's hormonally or genetically, I don't know if you've heard clients that say, oh, my hair grows to a certain level and it starts breaking off. It's because it needs that extra protein in the hair to help it grow. So yeah, this is how you do it. So subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more, and I'm sure this will come up again. The keratins and how to do things, and how, I'm actually expressing myself on how I think. So just keep subscribe to the channel. I will put the explanation in Spanish in the comments, and please comment and ask me questions, whatever. And if I can clarify something, I will more than likely. I mean, I want to impart my experience and my knowledge to these in these videos. So again, please subscribe, support my page. I could use it, and And like I said, if I can help you, great. And maybe, and like I said, well, I didn't say that yet, but one thing that I was taught in school was to keep an open mind. I can learn from you. And, I have one of those minds that I stay teachable, flexible, and open-minded. Anything that I can learn new, like I said, I've been here 40 years. I still, I could learn some new things, So that's it, I think. We'll see. And like I said, this is going to evolve. I have some scripts. I don't know how this channel is going to evolve. I hope people enjoy it and get something out of it. And that's it, I think. We'll talk. Okay. Thank you. Bye.